Hello and welcome to the Yogscast. Today we're looking a little bit more at the Technic pack with some machines that people have built and sent in.
Oh,
so
God.
this one is some quarries that have been built at sea, okay, by a guy called Metasynthetic, and he has. Isn't this amazing? The thing about sea quarries is that the quarries can dig through water quite happily, so
Oh
you can just
my
plonk them
God.
down at sea, and they'll just dig these enormous holes. So he's got oil pipelines running along the top there, you see, powering the quarries. And when one of them gets used up, he just lifts the quarry up and moves it further down the pier. See, they have these big holes beneath them, which just go down to like bedrock.
Oh my God.
Underneath, actually, it's like he's got quite a good system here, where he's got the oil coming along the top here, okay, to power stuff, but on the bottom he's got like the pipe that holds all of the cobblestone and stuff.
It filters it.
So the quarries which are functional, yeah, it'll flow it all down there. I don't think they're filter pipes, but I think he's got filter pipes at the other end. So all of that is just a main feed.
Has the maker of this considered the environmental impact of such a large-scale mining project?
Well, unfortunately, it has destroyed several ecosystems of coral reefs and fish species. But it's all in the.
I can see some fish sort of fly. They're sort of swimming around. They don't quite understand what's going on, you know?
No. Terribly sad.
Quite sad.
So. Okay, now this is what I'm talking about. This is a proper nuclear reactor setup made by a guy called Arath.
Oh
Okay.
God.
So he's got reinforced glass here, which is really good for like blast protection. And that's the nuclear reactor in there. But he's also got all these crazy circuitry and stuff hooked up. So
All the flashing lights.
yeah. So he's got basically the main circuits and stuff, and the door controls and the blast door controls. They're all wired up with different coloured wires. This is the fuel cell supply, and as you can see, it says there, alarm will play if water cooling is off. Now, one thing I didn't do with my reactor is water cool it, which is basically if you see the areas around inside the reactor cell. If you fill it up with water, it cools it really much faster than it would normally. So anyway, I put fuel in, I reset the fuel meter.
Oh God. Oh God.
And then I power it on.
Oh God.
And close the blast doors.
Oh God.
Okay, but there's a warning sign because I've forgotten to enable the water cooling. So I have to I have to quickly turn it on. There we are.
Oh my God. This is amazing.
So
Wow.
the water flows into it, and it's now live, and it's now cooking the uranium, and it's
The water's sort of green.
yeah, it's a bit green because you're looking at it through the blast reinforced glass. So there you go, man. And what it will do is it will tell you when it's run out of fuel, because it's on a timer and of how long those fuel cells last in the
Right.
thing. And this here is
I just love the lights.
I know, the lights are just so good. This is his sort of cobblestone quarry farm, and basically what the idea of this is, it hasn't got any engines on it, but when you turn it on, all of these quarries will dig from those cobblestone generators. So they're basically just lava cobblestone generators, and they will basically, these quarries will be able to produce infinite cobblestone from this.
Oh, of course it'll dig the cobblestone, and then the lava will flow, so it'll stop, and then more cobblestone will be made, and then it'll dig that, and then it'll stop because there's lava, and it'll just keep going over.
Yeah,
and
it'll
over
be going
again.
back and forth between two blocks of cobblestone, basically, all the time. So yeah, that's that. That's pretty cool, isn't it? That's a pretty cool thing. He actually has to get out of here by using a jetpack. But he's also built some other very, very cool stuff. And there's a button there. I'm not sure what that does, actually. I was just looking around to see if anything happened. But I think that might be the elevator that's out of service. Right, anyway, this is one thing he's built, which is very cool. It's like a sugarcane farm. I built one of these as well, but mine looked a bit crapper. So this is quite an elegant looking one, isn't it? And this sort of feeds.
Very nice.
This feeds into this tube, and I couldn't figure out where that tube went, so I went to see if I could find it. So he's got this elevator here. Okay.
Right.
Now this is an incredibly intelligent use of the Zeppelin mod. But also, check out those tables and chairs. So this is the Zeppelin here. You can use this as a lift. Okay.
Oh.
So you can actually use it to descend
Oh.
into a mine shaft. There we go. Just
Oh my god.
do that. Isn't that awesome? That's pretty damn awesome. So anyway, he's got all
Wow.
this stuff down here, all of these crazy pipe works and stuff, and cabling, which I'm not quite sure what most of this goes to. So that's the furnace control circuit that way, alchemy something this way, Jeffrey's tube access.
Jeffrey's tubes, yay!
So I'm just sort of wandering about, really, trying to figure out where on earth his stuff is. This is a massive hole for some reason. I'm not sure why that's there, but I think there might have been a quarry there at some point. There's another access door up there which I can't seem to reach. So I'm just sort of wandering about. You can hear some rats squeaking about down
Can you
here.
hear like rats? Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, it's not very nice in these tubes. So, I found the sugar cane machine, which doesn't seem to be
Oh!
too. Okay, it's very complicated in here. I have no idea what's going on.
God! Yeah, you're not kidding me!
If you look,
Wow! What is going on
if you look at
there?
someone else's
What is
wiring,
that
it's just like,
machine?
crikey. So anyway, the Zeppelin mod is now in the Technic pack, or the latest version, but it's very, very dodgy. Okay, you have to be very, very careful with what you put on your Zeppelins. So, I mean, the best situation, this guy has built, this Arath, he's built this amazing Zeppelin dock system up on this house here, and you can like park it in that stone
Right.
area without it picking up stone and making it part of the Zeppelin. So here we are.
God, okay.
But what people have been doing is making very, very cool setups whereby they have like a movable digging rig or something, or like an oil rig. And so, for example, if you wanted to harvest oil, you just move your like flying Zeppelin oil harvester over to a deposit of oil, dig it up, and it's got like tanks on it and stuff.
So your oil rig is essentially a Zeppelin, so you can. It's suddenly mobile.
The thing about oil is it spawns all over the world, so you can't necessarily. It's very awkward to keep piping it all back, you know. So if you have something that's mobile, it would be really handy. But unfortunately, the Zeppelin mod doesn't really work too well with it. It's a little bit buggy, and more often than not, it crashes your game. So although it's a good idea in concept, actually doing it is actually impossible. But I think it's being worked on for future Technic packs to get it working, because that is a very, very cool thing to do, isn't it? Fly around, picking up oil, and destroying ecosystems on the way.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So this is a wonderful
God.
tranquil lake here that I'm trying to manoeuvre my Zeppelin into. Now obviously you have to be quite careful not to crash into the land, because if you crash into the land, then when you try and move your Zeppelin again, it will just pick up a load of land tiles. So I'm checking that I'm clear of the land, and then I rejoin it to the world. So
It looks good.
that's a pretty good bit of parallel parking there on the side of this cliff. I'm pretty pleased with that.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
So I'm ready
Yeah.
to sort of mess around with this thing. And what I've done is I've basically put a lower area here with a quarry on it and a pipe.
Ooh.
And so this will start digging away
Oh my God.
into the tranquil pool of nature.
Wow.
Isn't that good?
Ugh.
Good, isn't it? However,
So it has to sort of build the thing first.
yeah, it takes a little bit of time, and obviously it's fairly slow, so you would have to kind of have a little snooze, maybe use Somnia to just speed the time by. But there's also a thing called the Watch of Flowing Time with equivalent exchange. So that actually speeds time up and will allow things to go much quicker. You can speed time up.
Does it slow it down as well?
No,
So
I
you
think
can have bullet time.
no.
Damn.
Maybe we should ask the mod author to invent that. Anyway, I thought that I basically just had to remove the quarry, but in fact, I think you pretty much have to remove everything.
Oh my God! You made it rain.
I know. I've caused global warming.
Wow.
Anyway, if I tried to move the Zeppelin at this point and pick up everything, and it just crashed my game completely. So yeah, you have to be very careful with what you have attached to your Zeppelin in the Technic pack. So be very, 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 very careful. But hopefully in future, this kind of thing will be able to be made to come together and make a wonderful, delicious trifle of awesome moddingness.
That's a good analogy. I like that. That's good.
I think of like the Buildcraft as like the spongy bit, the Industrial Craft as like the jammy bit,
Yeah.
and then anything else is like the custard and the cream on the top, pretty much.
I do like the cream bit.
The creamy bit.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the cream bit is in Technic pack. Nuclear reactors. or
Probably.
something. I don't know.
Yeah. Crude oil.